Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
I am Gabrielle. I am a former New York Mafia princess, originally from Austria. I am the mother of 3 and the owner of Too Posh Boutique. And here with my beautiful co-host, Marcella, my daughter.
Hello, I'm Marcella. I'm a dancer, choreographer, model, and designer for Too Posh. And I say whatever the I want.
Hi, my name is Cruz. I am a stylist. I also own the Society Salon in the Design District, and I am a short little Mexican with a big personality.
What will they say next? Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
What will we say next? This is the hour where we don't know. So
We don't know.
hello, wonderful listeners. I'm here with Marcella, co-host, and Cruz,
What up?
and with one of our gossip girls
One of our favorites.
from Dallas, Berkeley.
She's back. Yeah.
She's back.
The hotter they are, the crazier they are.
I think when some people know she's on, they get nervous.
Probably. So Berkeley has been on several shows on the Too Posh Podcast, but the most interesting and most important ones were episodes
286, 287, and 288.
that is when Berkeley came on to discuss all things about
Someone.
an ex of Marcella and Berkeley's together, and that they figured out
that, if you caught that.
that Marcella's ex at the time was cheating with Berkeley.
Do we need a refresher? Do we need a little
A
refresher?
little refresher, yes,
refresher.
because there's new people that are listening that have never heard that story and maybe don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Go listen
Oh, yeah,
to
go listen
3
to the whole thing, yeah.
episodes.
Should we say
Let's
like
do
a
a
cliff?
quick
Let's do a cliff
60-second
Cliff notes.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even
Cliff
a few
notes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do a little version.
I was with, so this person's name, I was with this person.
The Neanderthal.
Yeah. And we were together for a while. I think I thought we were going to get married. He liked to put his dick in different people, not just one, but there were several. And then he was with beautiful Berkeley. And then we became friends after.
The man has excellent taste. Excellent taste.
And then,
Yeah.
like when the truth came out.
That's the worst when like these terrible guys date these beautiful girls
Yeah.
because then it makes them attractive to other chicks.
Yeah.
Then they're like, why is she with him? Oh my God,
works.
I need to go figure it out. No, it's terrible.
And obviously, I think she was getting told we were not together and vice versa. Or not. I mean, he was telling me we were together, but
She's the pizza girl.
Yeah.
Pizza delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza
That
delivery
shit never
girl.
happens to me.
Yeah, so
And then, we finally talked and then we got the whole truth. I got all the truth when Berkeley and I finally communicated.
So, and that was on the podcast.
And that was on the podcast kind of accidentally too, right? Like
some of the
we
things.
kind of like compared timelines and he was seeing me while he was dating Marcella. I had no idea she was around. So they were dating seriously. I was kind of on the side. And then Marcella broke up with him. So then I became the main. So that was my turn. But he was probably cheating on me with a bunch of others as well. So we kind of shared our experiences with this person. Yeah, it was like honestly healing. Like
I feel it was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
it wasn't like a shit talking session. Like it was like healing for both of us, and we compared timelines. And then me and him broke up.
But
and
it was
he started
extra funny though. The way
Yeah,
y'all
it was
did
funny.
it. The way y'all did it. Y'all need to listen to those
yeah.
podcasts.
I
It is
actually
hilarious.
listened to it
It is
recently as a
hilarious. Did you?
refresher.
How did you feel about it? How did you feel about listening?
I mean, I honestly felt a little sad. Did
you
It was
really?
sad, yeah.
Like what part?
Sad that you went through it.
No, I just think it, like looking back, like 2020 hindsight, like I just was like so naive when it happened.
Right.
And now like that I'm older and I've had a chance to like heal and process, like you can just see how big like a predator and a groomer this guy is, and a narcissist. And it's sad.
Also, the people who know of him, a lot of people say he's so charming. And so, because I was like, in my experience, I don't know how she feels, but I'm like, how did I fall for that again with somebody? Like, and he really painted himself to be a stand-up person, an honest person, kind of like a dorky dad. He's not going to do anything. And then a lot of people said, he just is somebody who has a problem. Like, I don't think he could ever be faithful. He could never tell the truth just like that forever.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
though,
I've done a lot of research. I think he's for sure 100% narcissist.
Oh yeah.
Like not just calling one.
Like
I think that term is like thrown around loosely in today's society, and you can have narcissistic tendencies, but actual narcissism goes way beyond taking a ton of selfies and posting them on social media. Like there's a small percentage of the population that like actually has narcissistic personality disorder, and they're scary and they're dangerous.
Well, I think it's interesting that after all this time you listened and the reaction is that it made you sad.
I think it was just sad. Because
does it help you heal though? Does it make you realize like, damn, like I was in a place where, maybe you were naive.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, it's like, okay, now I've learned. This is something that I've learned. I've grown. And I'm not going to let this shit happen anymore.
For sure. Yeah. I feel like I'm like a totally different person than I was when I dated him. And even recording the podcast, I'm like, I think I did do some crazy shit back then, but like, come on, I was like 20, 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
And like, I'm 28 now. I cannot imagine going on a date with a 20-year-old and like buying them alcohol. Like, that's creepy, you know?
Is.
Like, I can't imagine myself in his shoes, like being 41, 42 years old, like creeping on some 20-year-old who lives. I was a college student. Like I lived at home with my parents. Like I didn't know any. I didn't know any better.
That's
Jolie's age. His daughter.
Yes.
That's his daughter's age.
Yeah.
So, we can get into it later. But a lot of people, I feel like they kind of make fun of me for the ways that I acted. But I'm like, I was just so young. I didn't know any better. And I was like in an abusive relationship. So,
well, and abusers are really good at making you feel like a crazy person. So,
oh yeah,
literally.
Yeah, but this person is 100% a narcissist. So
then
it's scary.
I don't remember exactly how we ended those podcasts from back then. But then fast forward a little bit. So then you actually ended up meeting. Tell us a little bit about that part.
Meeting.
You do not have to give names.
No.
Yeah. So Marcella was dating him. I mean, Marcella was dating our ex.
Yeah.
They broke up. He started dating me. And then we broke up. And then our ex started dating this new girl.
Right.
And she divorced her husband.
Right.
For our ex.
Okay.
Yeah. So now,
did they have any kids?
Yeah, they have a baby together now.
Well, she had three.
She had 3 kids
with her ex-husband.
And then he has 2 kids with 2 different baby mamas.
Our ex, has 2 children. And so then...
So he starts dating the new girl.
That has 3 kids.
Yes,
Yes.
they go on
And he has
to get
2,
married
so
and
that's
have a
5.
kid, and then
they have a kid together.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's 6.
And they
So
got
yes.
married.
yeah,
And they're married.
Yeah.
yes, and so then turns out I have a mutual friend with the ex-husband,
Of her.
the one that
Right.
she left for our ex.
I mean, like on diet.
So
Yeah.
then, and I can tell you how we met, how we like figured out that we had a mutual friend because it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But then we started dating. Me and the
Yes.
ex-husband.
So
We did the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
So you started dating
What a shit show.
your ex's
I started dating my ex's new.
current ex.
Yeah, I started
husband.
dating my ex's.
Are they divorced? Are they
ex-husband.
separated?
I started dating my ex's new girl's ex-husband. So we like swapped.
So are they divorced? Are they separated?
Yes.
Are they?
They were.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah, because
divorced.
now our ex is now married.
So did you do this out of spite?
No,
Did it
I
just
literally didn't. I
happen?
literally didn't. So
You're like, fuck
you
that,
guys
I'm gonna
connect?
do this, and then like, I mean, how
I'm
did
sure
it
people-
start?
I'm
What
sure
was
people
going through
think
your
that.
mind?
Yeah,
Well, tell us, clear it out,
let's
clear
clear the air. Let's
clear it up.
Let's
Clear it
Good.
up.
I think it's
Okay.
good for her to
Yeah.
be able to do that.
Yeah.
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 So after the last podcast came out, it kind of like spread like wildfire.
Yeah, I heard Prosper
Especially
was
through
on
the suburbs.
fire.
Prosper.
So this girl, Dana, reached out to me. And I know Dana through when I was dating our ex.
Yeah.
Dana was a longtime friend of our ex for like 20 plus years. So when I was dating him, I met Dana and we became friends. But then after I broke up, we never really talked again. Like I removed him and all of his friends on social media. Like I kind of did a sweep. So then when the podcast came out, she reached out to me and was like, hey, I heard the podcast. Like that was amazing. Like, I'm so glad you got away from that guy. I'm not his friend either anymore. Like we had a huge falling out. And so we kind of like rekindled our friendship. She was like, the podcast was hilarious. And so we're going back and forth. And then she's like, yeah, so he's with this new girl now. Like, what's her deal? Blah, blah, blah. So we're kind of just going back and forth. And then about a week later, she texts me, oh my God, no way, Berkley. I know the ex-husband. I've known this guy for like a year. And I'm like, what? No way. How? And she said, he lives in my neighborhood. And about a year ago, me and him, we met at this neighborhood bar and we kind of bonded because we were both going through a divorce.
But you didn't know.
So she didn't know. Sorry, what do you ask?
I was gonna say y'all didn't know that you were going through
The connection.
The
They didn't know the connection yet.
Okay.
I'm going to get there. So
Okay.
they bond, like they're both going through a divorce, but they didn't share like names or anything. And the guy would be like, yeah, my wife left me for this fat piece of shit and all this blah, blah, blah. So then one day, and keep in mind, Dana has known our ex for 20
Yeah,
plus
long
years. So one day, the ex-husband slips up. He finally says his ex-wife's name. And so Dana's just being kind of snoopy. So she searches the ex-wife on Facebook. And to her surprise, her profile picture is with her and our ex. She's like, no fucking way. This is who your wife left you for? I've known this guy for like 20 plus years.
Wow.
She's like, this is who you've been talking about this whole time? Like, oh my God. Like,
That had to be a conversation.
yes.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, like his 2 ex-girlfriends just got together and like did a 3-part podcast about the whole
that's
thing. Like, you
right.
got to listen to it. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's
what?
right. And I think it was more of a warning for him because his kids were going to be around this person. You know,
Yeah.
like you should listen to it so you know who your children are around.
Exactly.
Honestly.
So Dana sends him the
That's
3-part
right.
podcast and he listens to the whole thing.
Didn't he send it to her?
Yeah, and
his ex-wife.
He ends up sending it to the ex-wife.
Oh my god!
And then it kind of like spread like wildfire throughout their little neighborhood and North Dallas, whatever. But then Dana was like, "Oh my God, Berkley, like this guy's the nicest guy. Like we all need to like just get together for drinks. Like it'll be fun, you know." And so I'm like, like that's kind of weird, don't you think?
Awkward.
And she's like, "No, he's the nicest guy. Like let's just do it." I'm like, "Okay, whatever, fuck it." So we all get together for drinks, and then me and him just end up literally hitting it off. And we started dating.
How long did you guys date?
About a year. Yeah.
So that
I feel it happened quick. Now, I remember when that happened, and I was like, "Oh, she's getting him back.
Revenge.
This is
Revenge.
revenge."
Yeah.
I mean, and at least that's what it looked like from
I
the
can
inside
see-
looking out,
Yeah.
right?
I can see that. I think it does. But no, like honestly, like we really connected, like we really clicked. And the whole time I was like, this is weird. Like, and I don't want to subject myself to be in that situation where I'm around
And you'd have to see
our
them.
ex, you know, around
Yeah.
him for the rest of my life potential. Like I wouldn't just do that unless I like actually had real feelings for him and I was serious about it, you know?
Yeah, 'cause
Like
this
I
is-
was willing to put all that aside because I was really into him. So
well, and that's
And-
amazing.
so I did not do that like to be
On
petty
purpose.
or out of spite or for revenge because that's not the ideal situation. You know what I mean?
But you did have to see him
Yeah.
and her.
And her.
Mhm.
But
And
what was it about this guy now that like y'all just clicked?
We just had like instant chemistry.
I mean, because I feel and I don't really know your type, and I don't really know him,
Mhm.
but I feel that you have this like type, and I feel like that wasn't it. Right? I mean, am
I know
I?
what you're
What is my
What is your
type?
type?
Assholes.
I'm. How can I say it? Being politically correct, but I feel
don't be
that
just say it.
you just have a higher type caliber of person.
Not like
Yeah.
your neighborhood.
Not like a typical
dad with 3 kids.
dad
Yeah.
with 3 kids that you're gonna have
Because that
to,
is a lot to take
Yeah.
on.
It is a lot.
And you're a young,
Yeah.
and you have no
beautiful, no
responsibilities.
Yeah, no baggage.
You got your own shit going on. You I mean, you could do whatever you want. You can have, I mean,
Yeah.
whoever you want. You're beautiful. You know, I mean, like you're a catch. You're a
Yeah.
catch. So I feel that you kind of now, you know, I'm saying I thought
Yeah.
you did it out of a revenge thing, that you lowered your standards to kind of
Yeah.
and I'm being straight up with
No,
you,
you're fine, yeah.
you know, and I'm just telling you that's kind of how I saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what is she doing? She's like lowering her standards to get back at this motherfucker, and then she fell in love. That's kind of how I saw
I'm
it.
sure that's what it looked like.
And that's
yeah.
how I saw it.
Yeah. I mean, no, we were both really into each other. I think a lot of people like see me and like I look a certain way. But I think I'm like a much more down to earth than what people might see from the outside. And then I also came from a blended family. Like my parents were divorced. They were both remarried to people with kids. Like I grew up with
So it didn't
a
bother
house
you.
of step siblings. Like I'm used to kids running around. Like I really love kids. So
Yeah, but you're also at a point where I feel that you can choose either to be in that situation or to be in a situation where you're traveling all over the world in luxury,
yeah.
you know?
Wow, I love Cruz's way of looking at it.
Yeah.
But I
That
mean,
is true.
I love both right now, because it's like what happened with the situation, right? And she thought that she had a connection and she thought this was a
like
good
you
thing.
chose this.
But I get what you're saying as well, but I understand what happened there.
I thought it would, yeah. I mean,
thought you could
I don't
do
know.
it.
I don't really have, I
No,
don't
I
really
think-
know if I have an answer.
You got addicted to what the dick did.
Got dick
yeah.
Say that again.
You got addicted to what the dick did.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I think too, you don't want to. I mean, I've done it before too with kids.
Yeah, I mean,
You're like,
yeah,
well, I'm not this person that would judge it. Like, if we can make it work, we'll try to make it work, and it just becomes.
Well, I just see it as like you did it kind of, and you know, I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm saying I saw it as like you did it as a revenge thing, and then you fell in love,
Yeah.
and it would turn real.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just like fuck.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I didn't do it for revenge though. Like
Okay.
we actually had
What-
real feelings for each other.
This is your opportunity to, you know, say what really
Yeah.
happened, and
yeah.
because all these
Yeah.
bitches are gonna hear it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's, I genuinely believe that is the case.
I mean, yeah. From the outside, like looking in, it like sounds super weird, but like that's how I felt, and I just like couldn't deny it.
No, but I could.
It's like your rational mind and like your emotional mind,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
And like sometimes they don't match.
And I believe you because I feel that you're somebody that wouldn't even lie about it.
No.
You're just, you're
Yeah.
real.
If she did do it for
yeah,
revenge,
like if
I
you,
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah, if
I
I
believe
did it
you.
for revenge, I would have like bounced a long time ago.
Well, and I think
You
she
know?
would say
exactly,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. No, I do believe you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also, I think it's important to know that the now partner with our ex or wife was very in contact with, kind of knew, I think, what she was getting into, like asking some questions to Berkley and myself. And so kind of fast forwards us to where we had an incident not too long ago.
So yeah, let's get into
just
it.
Fast forward. So
Yeah.
this was something that happened, but now Berkley's single, correct?
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is the
We're
juice.
not
This is the
together
tea. This is the
anymore.
tea.
Yeah.
This is the tea.
Berkley
Yeah,
is
so that's just
single.
kind of a backstory,
Okay.
so you
So
understand the
backstory,
story we're
it
about
was
to
not
get into.
intentional. It just
It
happened.
was not for
a
revenge.
little
We had
coinky
real
dinky.
feelings for each other.
Even though I feel that there's no such things as coincidences, like this happened for a reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was very healing for you. Maybe it's who you needed to heal.
Yep.
And sometimes that happens and it doesn't work out in the long term, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was for a reason and you
For
had
that
to
time.
hear-
I mean, do you feel better?
Yeah, I feel,
Yeah, like-
Do you feel like you're healing?
I mean, it's
From-
still sad. I mean, because
But I'm not saying, do you feel better from not this new relationship that passed, but the previous, the reason that this whole kind of happened? You know?
I mean,
Like, did it help? Did getting into this relationship help or did it make it worse? Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't really think either. I mean, I think I felt like a lot better about things once I started dating this new person. Like,
Okay.
I don't think I could have done it if I was like so distraught.
Yeah.
Like, I never said one word to our ex. I've never said one word to him. So I think if I was still like caught up over him, like I wouldn't have been able to like mentally even do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But
Does that
I
make
feel
sense?
too that you're a very emotionally strong person. Like you know how to
mm-hmm,
control a lot of these emotions that come through you.
mm-hmm.
You know. Am I
Probably.
right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Or I could be wrong. I don't know.
Do you feel like you've healed from not like wanting like the relationship, but do you feel like the trauma you experienced from the Neanderthal? Are you healed from that or not? Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like because it can take a while. Like you have
Oh,
like
yeah.
PTSD and you feel
Mhm.
like it takes a while to like get over what people can do to you emotionally on that end.
I feel so much better. Like
that's
even
good. That's all I
since the
care
last,
about.
yeah. Like even since our last podcast.
Well, that's
Like I feel like I'm in a really good place.
And you
Well,
look
that's-
amazing.
I feel like I'm in a good
Yes.
place.
yes,
Good.
you
That's
look
all that
amazing.
matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay, so
continue.
let's get into
Continue.
this.
Yeah. So we
Why we're
have to
doing
get
this.
into the whole story because that is
Why we're here.
the whole
Yeah.
point. Because don't piss me off about the podcast because I'll talk about you on the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I have to start it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. So
Yes.
tell me.
This is the funniest thing ever
Okay,
because
yeah.
I was so. You guys have to know. You know, I'm naive and like bobblehead sometimes, like dumb blonde, I guess. Or I'm just thinking the best of everyone and everyone's intentions. I'm just like laughing in rainbow land. So I'm at Pete's Piano Bar at the Star for my best friend's birthday.
Frisco, Texas.
Yes, in Frisco, Texas. And
Where all the swingers are.
yeah. And so we had been there for a while and I had to go to the restroom. So I walked to go to the bathroom and I hear Marcella. And I turn around and I'm like, hi. And this girl goes, do you have a podcast? And I'm like,
No way.
yeah. I'm so excited that like she knew the podcast, right? I've never seen this girl in my life. And she goes, Too Posh Podcast. I'm like, yes, like so excited.
So proud.
So proud. And she's like, do you know my friend? And she says the name. And I'm thinking
Of the
the
new
ex-wife of our ex. Okay.
Mhm.
Now,
Of the new wife.
I'm sorry, the new wife of our ex. Now, I forgot about this person. So I'm like, no, I don't know that name. And she now says the last name of our ex. And I'm thinking,
So this is like one of her friends.
yeah. So I'm thinking, I still don't know who you are. And then she says our ex's name. And I'm still, mind you, like really excited that this person knows about our podcast.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. And I go, oh yes, I do. But I've never talked to her. Maybe one time.
Never met her.
Never met her. So then her head blink, like pops over. Hi, I am
So-and-so.
so-and-so. And I'm like, hi.
Oh my gosh.
I go, hi. Nice to meet you. Because mind you, I'm so many steps away from our ex. Like it's been so long. And I'm thinking,
Last
I
Yeah,
have
you're,
nothing.
you're not even thinking about that.
And I have nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
She is,
Yeah.
I don't think about them.
Yeah.
I have
It's
nothing.
like 4 X's ago.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. And I go, hi, nice to meet you. Well, now I know that they're being assholes, basically bringing up the podcast that we
Right.
had done talking shit about.
Still bothers them.
Yeah.
It still bothers them.
So Marcella runs into
Yes.
our ex's new wife and her friends.
And her friends.
At Pete's
at
Piano
At
Bar.
Pete's Piano Bar.
So
And
that's who these bitches are.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
who they are. Yeah.
That's who they are.
Okay.
And they're trying to kind of, now instead of paying a compliment, it's backhanded. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, that wasn't nice at all.
And now you're getting like, okay, this
And
is
like, what are the
negative.
odds they run into each other?
Yeah, of
at
all
this
the
bar?
places. So I go to the bathroom.
Like so
Yeah.
crazy.
And I start thinking, oh shit, they're like being assholes. And so then I walk back
No,
to.
I'm there too.
Yeah.
Ew.
So then I walk back to all my friends and I go, Mom, I just ran into so and so. Now we're just having a good time. And, you know, Pete's Piano Bar, if you've never been, it's a dueling piano. People are singing. So the song that comes on is CeeLo Green's Fuck You. Now, mind you, I'm dancing and singing like, fuck you. And I'm singing. Well, then I go, people come up to me and they're like, did you hear them dedicate that to you? And I'm like, what? No.
Oh,
Those
shit.
bitches dedicated the Fuck You song to me.
And you're dancing.
Singing like, I love this song, which is probably better anyways. I didn't hear my name,
Right.
but everybody else heard it. So then,
So what? Like,
So-
did the pianist like get on the microphone?
and say, like,
what did
this
he say?
is dedicated to Marcella.
so
And
let
they
me.
said, sorry, Marcella.
Sorry, Marcella.
Well, at least they apologize.
So
I think the pianist
Ew.
apologized.
So let me get this
What?
straight. This guy's current girlfriend is wife now with the kid
And has an infant.
that they're still mad at the 4 exes ago.
I guess I was third ex ago.
Third exes, 3 exes ago.
2 exes ago, whatever, because it was
Okay.
me, then Berkley, and now they're married.
Okay, so 3 exes ago.
Yeah, and mind you, I didn't say shit about his current wife. I was talking about my experience with the person I was in a relationship with.
Yeah.
Who was cheating with her?
Who was
That
cheating?
it.
Like that
Yeah,
was
why do they care that
our
you did the
whole-
podcast? It wasn't about the
Damn.
new girl.
not at all. I don't care about her. I do not care. You deal with that.
Well, you know he's fucking talking shit and saying
That's
all
what
this
I
stuff
think.
and putting shit in her
lying,
head,
and that's
yes.
fine.
So we have
Of course, it's not his fault.
Of
course.
The events that we recounted were our own experience, and it was before this new girl was even in
showed
the
up.
picture.
Yeah, we didn't even know who you are.
So why are they mad that we did a podcast about our own experiences and things that actually happened?
Yeah, that are true.
Yeah.
These things actually, like, why are they upset about that?
Yeah, so then that happens, and my mom texts.
Well, we have stayed friends with Berkley this
yes.
whole time. We talk all the time.
So
So this happens, and I can't help myself. I text Berkley and I go, what are you doing right now? Where are you?
yeah.
There's
But you
more.
also
then
have to
The plot
understand really
thickens.
fast.